Serena Williams has never done anything halfway. Not on the tennis court, not in business, and certainly not in life. From smashing records that once seemed untouchable to building an empire that stretches far beyond sport, Serena represents a rare kind of dominance. One that mixes talent, discipline, style, and unapologetic ambition. She didn't just win titles, she changed what winning looked like. This is the story of how a girl from Compton became one of the most powerful women in global sports, and how she spends the fortune she built along the way. From Compton courts to world stages. Serena Jamaica Williams was born on September 26, 1981, in Saginaw, Michigan. But her real origin story begins in Compton, California. That's where her father, Richard Williams, introduced Serena and her sister Venus to tennis on cracked public courts surrounded by distractions most elite athletes never face. Training started early. Serena was swinging a racket by age 4. She was homeschooled so practice could take priority, and by 9 years old she had already compiled a staggering junior record. Still, her father made an unusual decision. He pulled her out of the intense junior tournament circuit. Why? Because he wanted longevity, not burnout. He wanted education, not exploitation. And he wanted to protect his daughters from the racism and hostility that already followed their success. History proved him right. A meteoric rise no one had seen before. Serena's professional breakthrough came in the late 1990s, and it was explosive. In 1997, ranked outside the top 300, she defeated multiple top 10 players in one tournament run. Within a year, she had climbed into the world's top 20, one of the fastest rises in women's tennis history. What followed was 2 decades of dominance. She collected 23 Grand Slam singles titles, 4 Olympic gold medals, and countless records. Her serve became legendary. Her mental toughness became feared. Fellow athletes and even rivals openly called her the greatest player ever, regardless of gender. Awards followed naturally. Sportswoman of the Year honors. Athlete of the Decade recognition. Cultural icon status. Serena didn't just win matches, she commanded attention everywhere she went, saying goodbye on her own terms. After more than 20 years at the top, Serena made the rare choice to step away on her own timeline. In 2022, she announced she was evolving away from tennis, choosing family and business over chasing one more trophy. Even her farewell was historic. Record-breaking matches, celebrity-filled crowds, and emotional tributes that cemented her legacy. When Serena left the sport, she didn't exit quietly. She closed the door behind her with authority. Love, marriage, and a wedding for the history books. Serena's personal life matched her public life in scale. She married Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian in 2017, and their wedding instantly became legendary. Held in New Orleans, the ceremony featured an elite guest list and one of the most talked about bridal looks ever. Her custom Alexander McQueen gown, designed by Sarah Burton, reportedly cost around $3.5 million, making it the most expensive celebrity wedding dress on record. Because when Serena commits, she commits. Motherhood, balance, and a new chapter. Serena is also a mother of 2 daughters, and motherhood reshaped her priorities. She has spoken openly about health challenges after childbirth, the realities of balancing ambition with family, and the importance of building generational stability. Despite her competitive nature, Serena's post-tennis focus is clear: legacy over limelight. The business empire you don't see on TV. Serena didn't build her fortune by simply collecting prize money and smiling for trophies. That was phase 1. The real power move came when she started treating her career like a launch pad, not a finish line. While most athletes are busy figuring out what to do after retirement, Serena was already building the next chapter during her prime. quietly, strategically, and with the kind of patience that wins Grand Slams. In 2014, she launched Serena Ventures, and the mission wasn't just make money. It was back the people who usually get ignored. Women founders. Founders of color. Ideas that actually solve problems instead of just Uber, but for something random. By 2022, reports widely noted the firm had invested across fintech, health, e-commerce, and tech, raising over $100 million to support those bets. Serena wasn't asking for a seat at the table, she was buying the building and adding more chairs. Then, she and Venus became minority owners of the Miami Dolphins, which made history. 2 black women owning a stake in an NFL franchise, something that should have happened decades earlier, but didn't. While most people were trying to survive their college timetable, Serena was winning Grand Slams and learning the technical side of design, patterns, structure, construction. That's not celebrity vanity, that's craftsmanship. And it makes sense, because Serena has always understood something most athletes don't. Image is part of influence. Fashion wasn't just what she wore, it was how she told the world, I'm here, I'm different, and I'm not shrinking to fit your comfort. That's why her outfits were constantly discussed. People didn't just watch Serena play, they watched Serena arrive. That mindset eventually became business. In 2019, she launched S by Serena, a brand built around inclusivity, size, confidence, real bodies, real women. Not one shape fits all, but you don't need to change to deserve great clothes. The brand also leaned into sustainability messaging, which fits Serena's broader vibe: modern, intentional, future-focused. For her, fashion isn't decoration. It's identity with a mission. Controversies, criticism, and standing her ground. Serena's career wasn't free of controversy. The 2018 US Open Finals sparked global debate about fairness, gender standards, and racial bias in sports. Serena was fined heavily, criticized loudly, and defended fiercely. She also faced backlash for her on-court attire, most notably a medically recommended catsuit that sparked an absurd dress code ban. Through it all, Serena did what she always does. She spoke her truth, absorbed the pressure, and moved forward, giving back at a global scale. Serena's philanthropy is as expansive as her trophy cabinet. Through the Serena Williams Foundation, she has funded schools in Africa and the Caribbean, supported disaster relief efforts, backed education initiatives, and worked with UNICEF as a global ambassador. Her approach to charity mirrors her approach to tennis: direct, impactful, and long-term. Net worth, power, and the final score. As of today, Serena Williams' net worth is estimated around $290 million and growing, but the number barely tells the story. Her real wealth is influence. Representation. Doors opened for others. Standards permanently raised. Serena Williams didn't just become one of the greatest athletes of all time. She became proof that dominance, intelligence, and elegance can coexist, and that success doesn't have to ask for permission. And honestly, that might be her greatest victory of all. Serena Williams didn't just change tennis, she changed the rules of power, success, and what greatness looks like when it refuses to shrink. From the court to the boardroom, her legacy keeps expanding long after the final match point. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the billionaire life of Serena Williams and want more stories like this, make sure you like and subscribe.